So in terms of this study where we did a survey looking at interest in use of non-daily PrEP use, it was an excellent study because there's such limited data on what's being used in terms of PrEP in the US. Some of the limitations of the study was a convenience sample on networks that primarily did by men who have sex with men. And so you can't really assess causality of the relationships in this study. You just can assess correlations of what we found in terms of which types of participants were more likely to be interested or using non-daily PrEP. But you can't necessarily generalize to all populations because many people who would benefit from non-daily PrEP may not be usual networks. So it's a good look at one population that's really critical for PrEP, but it doesn't tell the whole story for how this might be rolled out in the US on a large scale. In terms of adherence to non-daily PrEP, such as event-driven PrEP, which is the regimen that's been recommended by the WHO for MSM, i.e. the 2-in-1 PrEP, adherence could potentially be a challenge. It's really going to be optimal for people who are very good at planning their contacts in advance so that they can take the beforehand and also shortly thereafter. For people who have more spontaneous sexual encounters, it may be challenging for them to be prepared with the hand and therefore not necessarily have the level of adherence to cover their sex acts. So thinking very hard about what are the residual patients is going to be the key for having an effective driven or non-daily PrEP plan in the US. People who have lots of sexual contacts and more daily or weekly exposure, sticking to daily PrEP is probably going to make the most sense. But for those who can plan in advance and maybe fewer, more intermittent exposures and are interested in using fewer pills for cost reasons or potentially out of personal concerns about drug exposure, then event-driven and non-daily regimens might be a really excellent option.